Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining wherever you're joining from. I appreciate you. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Thank you for connecting wherever you're connecting from. Welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Thank you for connecting to the broadcast. I appreciate your presence. You're highly welcome.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọ bụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from across the world. If you're joining from Biafra land, if you're joining from any part of the world, I thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, my sister Linda, and so many others that are joining. I say, may Chukwuka be our guide and protect everybody who have joined this very broadcast. Wherever you are joining from across the world, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you, secure you, grant you safety wherever you are. Any part of the world where you are joining from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you, continue to secure you, give you strength, keep us alive until we see Biafra. We will all not only see Biafra, we'll walk into Biafra and we'll celebrate in Biafra land. Everyone that is connecting, please share the video on your platform. Share it any place you belong. Let us pass the information. We will continue to set the record straight and say what we have to say, regardless the attack that is coming from all corners, from all angles. Regardless the restrictions, we will continue to set the record straight and say it the way it is. And people must hear us. Even our enemy, they must hear us. Whether they like it or not, they must listen. That is why we have to come on a daily basis to speak up about the plight of the people in the contraption called Nigeria. We will continue to talk, either they listen or not. Before I proceed, I have to thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for giving us back our brother Sunday Igboho. Our brother Sunday Igboho, who has been fighting for Oduduwa Republic, has been released. He has regained his freedom, and we are celebrating with the Oduduwa people for the freedom of our brother Sunday Igboho, as he has resumed and had his freedom again. We are having hope and believing that very soon that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also will have his freedom, and we will continue to celebrate. No matter how they try to stop us, they can't stop us. They can't stop us. We are moving ahead, and no man born of a woman can stop the freedom of Biafran people. We have cried enough. We have shouted enough. We have spoken enough. This is the time for action. And to remind you the time that we're in, I'm going to play a video to remind you the time that we are in. For those of you who have brothers and sisters who are politicians, if you have anybody who is connected to the Janjaweed, who is part of those taking the life of the innocent Biafrans, this video I'm about to play is a reminder for you to tell you that we are not joking. We are not going back, and we're going to defend ourselves. No matter what it takes, Biafrans will defend ourselves. Let us watch this video. A reminder for every one of us.
I'm going to call on the politicians in Biafra land to pull out every military in Biafra land. We do not want to see military anymore calibrating and killing people in our villages, in our communities. We will bring this particular war not to the military, but to those who are responsible in bringing those military to them, to our place. So we are today giving notice to the politicians who have now militarized our territory. They have turned democratic process and democratic government into a military dictatorship. They have turned Biafra into a war zone. So we are giving them between now and the 15th of March to pull out military from Biafra land. We are not saying you should leave your barracks. We are not saying, but you must be out of our villages. We do not want to see military operation anywhere in Biafra land, starting from the 15th of March 2022. Starting from the 15th of March 2022, if we see any military going around and burning any houses, we will bring war to those who bring them. Not only the military.
27th February 2022. These people, they don't have any other option than to surrender. We know that it's the Fulani herdsmen that are supposed to carry cow, they waka. Now they don't drop the cow, carry gun. But na kick bazaar. How maka hahunanya? Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Legal area. That is they happen for Russia and Ukraine. So Hachevia maka na la Biafra. And boys kwechiri go other Biafra or there to take bazaar.
From the 15th of this month, if you continue to come and kill our children, kill our women, kill our men and our elderly people, render them homeless, and create IDP camp where there are not supposed to be IDP camp in the 21st century. We are going to bring the war to those who were bringing this military and who ordered them to come down. And we know who you are.
Much for those who have joined. Please share the video on your platform, share it anywhere you are, wherever place you have, any platform you have, your WhatsApp group, your family group, any place you belong, share the video, because we are here to set the record straight and continue to preach the message of peace, the message of love, the message of freedom. We will continue, and there is no going back. Thank you so much, my brother KC Records. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everyone. You see, the reason why I play that very intro is to remind you where we are. We don't have to be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. The situation we are in now, do not allow yourself to be distracted. We have to be focused. We are moving ahead. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter the blackmail. Your focus has to be your freedom. Be concerned about your freedom. Stop being concerned about people and what they do and what they say. Be concerned about freedom. Ask yourself, what are you doing? What is that message that Chukwu Okike have put in your heart to fight for freedom of Biafra? How are you following it? How are you pursuing it? How are you passing the message? That is the most important thing. So many of us are getting distracted for a little thing. The stage we are now is the stage that we have to defend ourselves. Remember, our school when he lifted the dragon flag, he said the dragon flag will not go down until Biafra comes. Mazin Nandekano said the Biafra flag, the dragon flag will not go down until Biafra comes. Today, some people are pulling down the dragon flag by themselves. Some people are pulling down the dragon flag by all means, but they cannot succeed. Those of us who are ready to uphold that dragon flag and make sure that that dragon flag continues to fly until Biafra comes, we will continue to do that. The stage that we are in now is the stage that we have to protect ourselves. A time when we have to protect ourselves, we have to intensify in the civil disobedience underneath to economic sanction to the Janjaweed. That is where we are. That is where we are, and there's no going back. There is no going back. The stage we are now is the stage where we have to increase the force. Everything that we have been doing in the past that is working, we have to increase it. Step up. There's no going back. We have to step it up. There's no going back. Step up. There's no going back. This is not the time to gossip. It is not the time to listen who says and who did not say. Be focused. Every single Biafran. I said it at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I said that in this year 2022, it is going to be the most difficult year in that struggle. And it's only those who are mentally sound that are able to survive. If you're not mentally sound, you can't survive what is coming. Blackmail will increase. Infighting will increase. Even your closest partner, your brothers, your fathers, your mothers will stand against you. Killing will increase. The attack from the Janjaweed will increase. And you can see it. Today, they are infiltrating the struggle more and more from different angles, from the places you don't expect. And more are coming. More are coming. But the only thing that will keep you strong and focused is what? Your freedom. The freedom of your generation unborn. That is what matters. And anybody that you see that is fighting for freedom is not hindering your freedom. You can see physically and spiritually, you can see that somebody is adding effect, is adding something to the struggle, is adding something meaningful to the struggle. There's no point fighting against that person. As long as somebody is bringing a suggestion that is going to move the struggle forward. Anybody that is bringing a suggestion that will make sure that Biafra comes, that will make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being released. It doesn't matter whom the person is. Even if you're my greatest enemy and I discover that you brought an idea that is working, I will follow the idea. I will follow the idea. I might not agree with you 100% in what you're saying. I might not agree with you as a person. But when you bring an idea that I know that is working, tested and trusted, why wouldn't I support it? Why won't I support it? When I see a revelation that is very clear before man and God, why won't I support it? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is 100%. Even Christ himself was called perfect. He said, no, I am not perfect. Let alone you and I, the ordinary people. Nobody is perfect. But why must you be engaging yourself in irrelevant things, engaging yourself in inspiring your brother to see when your brother makes mistake? Then you capitalize on that mistake and begin to demonize, destroy everything that has been built. But remember, you cannot destroy what Chukwuka have built. Every one of us have been crying and saying that Biafra is a spirit. But it's not all of us that understand what that word means. If you strongly believe that Biafra is a spirit, when somebody tells you that he has a revelation, you have to think twice before you attack. When somebody uses the name of Chukwuka to present a thing, leave that person with Chukwuka. If that information is not from Chukwuka, that information will die a natural death. But when you bring an information, you say that this information from Chukwuka, it doesn't matter how people stand against that information, it will fly. It will fly. When Chukwuka gives his direction, it doesn't matter the blackmail, the propaganda you bring against that direction, that very suggestion will surely fly. But when somebody is fighting against that which is right, if you're bringing a contrary opinion, standing against what is right, it doesn't matter your level. It doesn't matter the crowd you control. It doesn't matter the followers you have. If you're pushing around a wrong message with the name of Chukwuka Abiyama, that your message will die a natural death. I don't need to bother myself about it. All I need to do is to focus on what I'm doing. There are so many things, responsibilities on our shoulders. The responsibility on our shoulder, every single Biafran, the responsibility on our shoulder today now is to make sure we continue to intensify the civil disobedience. Make sure that civil disobedience is taken to the highest level. The sit at home on Monday, we have captured the sit at home on Monday, and it's performing miracle. The strongest bullet that we have today, the strongest weapon, the nuclear weapon we have today to fight against the Janjaweed is the sit at home. You can see everybody crying. The governors are crying. Ohanes Ndibo is crying. The elites are crying. The Janjaweed government are crying. They can't pretend anymore. They can't pretend. It has become much clearer than before that we are on the right path and they are feeling the effect of the sit at home. So why will anybody wake up from any angle and begin to condemn the sit at home? Why? Why will any sensible and well-meaning person wake up and begin to stand against the sit at home? The only thing that will make you to stand against the sit at home is because you don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. It's either you are doing it intentionally or you are confused. You don't know what you are doing. Why won't we be focused? We are almost at the end of the tunnel. Why won't we be focused? Why are people busy talking about topics that are irrelevant? Why are you destroying someone simply because you want me to talk the way you want me, you prefer? Because of that, you have now changed 360 degrees, saying different things, swallowing your vomit, taking back what you have already vomited. No human being can change the struggle of Biafra. And we know the truth. And it's only the truth that will set you free. If you are saying whatever you're saying, claiming it is the truth with a bad intention in your heart to destroy your brother or to destroy the struggle, you will fail. You will fail. You will fail. Today, you go every platform, they will tell you, I'm telling the truth. I'm saying the truth. I stand on the truth. I stand on the truth. But what is your intention on pronouncing that thing you're pronouncing as the truth? Are you pronouncing that thing you're pronouncing to demonize your own brother? Or are you pronouncing it to correct your brother? Are you saying it with love or are you saying it with hate? The struggle of Biafra is in our hand. Our freedom is in our hand, and we are going to take it. Any man born of a woman that refuses to stand, refuses to give way, you don't want to fight, you don't want to give way, you want to be a hindrance, Chukwu Okike Abiama himself will take you out. He will take you out. I feel sorry for people who gamble into what they do not know. Anything you are not sure of, do not speak much about it. Anything you are not sure about, don't speak much about it. We have a common enemy that we are fighting. As you are watching this video, our brothers in Biafra land are being decimated. Hope Uzodinma is still destroying houses, destroying properties. As you are watching this video, Hope Uzodinma is still busy destroying properties and houses in Biafra land. What are you doing to stop him? What are you doing to stop him? Nobody is saying anything. The politicians are not saying anything. The lawmakers are not saying anything. The House of Senate are not saying anything. Or but the traditional rulers are not saying anything about the evil of Hope Uzodinma. Nobody is challenging him. He has become above the law. Even those who claim to be leadership in the struggle, they are not doing anything about it. But a suggestion has been given. Our brother Simon Ekpa came and gave that ultimatum, and Biafrans bought into the idea. Biafrans on the ground bought into the idea that as from 15th of this month, it will not happen anymore. That's the way Mazen Nandekan used to speak. It's just like when Mazen Nandekan came out. Mazen Nandekan came out and told us, we do not want any checkpoint in Biafra land anymore. Mazen Nandekan made this statement. We don't want any checkpoint in Biafra land anymore. The Janjaweed thought it was a joke. But when the time came, they saw the handwriting and they have to leave. We have told them again, we don't want any military in our street, in our homes, in our villages. We don't want them anymore. They have caused enough havoc. Enough havoc. As you're watching the video, so many of our brothers are losing their properties, losing their house, losing their homes, losing lives. People are still being kidnapped. People are still being kidnapped in Biafra land as you're watching this video. People are still being kidnapped. A lot is happening and nobody's reporting it. Their conventional media is not talking about it. The politicians are not talking about it. Nobody, everybody is just going about their business as if things are normal. But a whole lot of things are wrong. So many evil are happening in different places, in several places. Why don't we stay focused? Stay focused and fight our common enemy. The people who have made themselves enemy to the Biafra people, we didn't make them enemy. We did not make the caliphate enemy. They made themselves enemy to the indigenous people in the country of Nigeria, not only to Biafrans. They came to into the Hausas. They made themselves enemy to the Hausas. They destroyed the Hausa leadership. They destroyed their law, destroyed everything that had to do with Hausa. The only thing that is left for the Hausas is their language. The North wasn't enough for them. They have destroyed the North and taken over the North. It's not enough. They want to penetrate the South. And they are coming to the South by force, using their caliphate, using their the Asorok, because they succeeded in planting the greatest terrorists we have in Biafra land in that country of Nigeria. The greatest terrorist in Nigeria, they succeeded in putting him in power. Today, that terrorist is supporting everything that has to do with taking out people from the south of Nigeria. A country that is living on borrowing, yet the terrorists have the God. A country living on borrowing money from Ukraine, that imposter have the God to take $1 million and give to a terrorist country. $1 million. Took $1 million and gave to a terrorist country. A terrorist country. For what reason? When ASU is going on strike, when teachers are not paid, workers are being owed, so many things are wrong. There are no livelihood in the country of Nigeria. Is so difficult. People cannot survive. How many times have I heard that any of those countries have donated anything to the contract from Nigeria, except borrowing? You have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. Now you are now giving the money you borrow. That is what you are giving as a gift to a terrorist. Everybody have to wake up. This is not the time to joke. This is not the time to play. They are still taking the life of Biafra. As you're watching the video, I'm going to show you a video that you watch. Let me see if I have the video and play what is happening in Biafra land. This is what is happening in Biafra land. As you're watching, some people don't have that peace that you have. Some people don't have the peace you have today. Some people don't have the opportunity you have to watch. Watch this video, what is going on in Biafra land.
This house is for autonomous. autonomous of Amangu. This is his house in Amangu, Abia State. Yesterday being 4th of March 2022. This is what the army did to the house. Destroyed everything. You can see everything is down. Everything is down. Completely. It's literally down. The chief autonomous of Amangu. This is his house. This is the house. The house of autonomous. The house is down. I see this one, they break the rivers, the whole glass is beside it. This is the billboard of His Royal Highness as an engineer, sir, AAOB, JP, Amangu, Biafra State, Amangu, Autonomous Community, our fair government. I see the house is down completely.
You've seen that. This is what is going on in Biafra land. This happened a few days ago, on the 4th to be precise, on the 4th of this month, just a few days ago. The home you see that was destroyed is not the home of a terrorist. It's not the home of a kidnapper. It's not the home of anybody that is selling arms. It's not the home of a drug baron. Home of an ordinary, a Biafran home. Just simply because the person identified with Biafra. That is why that home was destroyed. Burnt down completely. Properties destroyed. How long shall we continue to tolerate this? This is one of the reasons why our brother Simon Ekpa made that very publication he made. This is the reason why we say that as from 15th, we do not want to see any military anywhere around our villages. We don't want to see military anywhere around our cities. They should go back to their barrack. Wherever they have their barrack, they should go back to their barracks. We don't want to hunt. If they want confrontation, we are going to give them confrontation. As long as they are coming to the cities, as long as they are coming to the villages, they will face hell. They have taken enough life. They have destroyed enough property. We cannot continue to fold our hands. If not, they will finish us all. The time for Biafrans to rise up and defend themselves is now. And every Biafran in Biafra land, don't wait, don't wait. As from 15 ongoing, any place you see any military man in uniform, in our cities, in our villages, carrying any operation, it doesn't matter what the operation comes. Stop whatever you are doing and defend yourself. Stop whatever you're doing and help your brother to defend him. We cannot continue to keep silent. We cannot continue to keep silent. This is not enough. This is not all. I'm going to show you another video where properties were destroyed. Property that doesn't have anything to do with anything. It doesn't have anything to do. The man wasn't a troublemaker. He didn't kill anybody. Just like that, they went and began to destroy somebody's property. I'm going to share another video for you. Let me see if I can find the video to show you, because sometimes when you say these things and you don't show it, people will think that maybe you are joking or you don't know what you're saying. That is why when we talk about it, we bring it to you so that you can see it with your eyes. Seeing is believing. Maybe when you see it, you will believe. Maybe when you see it, you believe. I don't know why the video is not uploading. Let me try to put up the video so that you can see what is happening in Biafra land. People are losing their life on a daily basis, fighting for their life. How long shall we continue to wait? How long shall we continue to watch? And these people will be taking the life of the innocent Biafrans on a daily basis. How long shall we continue to tolerate playing with the life of Biafrans? We have not done anything wrong. The only crime that we have committed is that we are asking for self-determination. Self-determination that is the right of every human being on the planet Earth. The international law supports self-determination. United Nations law supports self-determination. African Charter law supports self-determination. The contraption called Nigeria, its law itself supports self-determination. Then why are you now taking the life of people simply because they are asking for that which is legitimate? Why are you taking the life of innocent people simply because they are asking for what is theirs? We have not committed another crime. The only crime that we have committed is that we want to be free. Is it too much to ask? And some people will come and say that we're not supposed to be free. And some people who call themselves Biafran, who claim to be Biafran, we even provide themselves, volunteer themselves, and they will be used as instruments against their own brothers. You will see some people who are being paid to begin to campaign against the sit at home that even a blind man and woman in Biafra know that it is working. Even a blind person, a deaf and dumb, knows that the sit at home is effective. They have been pretending for a very long time, up to the extent that a Nollywood actor came out and began to talk about it and say that the sit at home is working. And it's not affecting only South, it's affecting the Janjaweed. And all of a sudden, somebody who claimed to be fighting for Biafra will come and begin to campaign against that sit at home, up to the extent of sharing flyers to discourage people. Are you not evil? What kind of evil is more than that? You don't have anything to offer. And you see people who are offering solution, you don't want them to proceed. You have no solution. People who have solution, you don't want it to continue. If you don't have anything in your brain any longer, give way. That will not stop you from being a Biafran. It is not compulsory that every Biafran must fight. It is not compulsory that every Biafran must put their mouth. There are people who have been destined to do certain things. If you have played your own role and your time expired, give way and allow others to continue. If you have run out of words, you have run out of ideas, there are people who their tank is still full. Allow them to offload what they have to free Biafra. Why are you being a distraction? Why are you bent on destroying what is working, even when you have nothing to offer? We have waited and waited and waited and waited for idea, waited for suggestion, wait for a long time. You will never offer anything. All we hear is you demonizing your own people. Is it that you are acting as an informant? You are busy trying to know you instead of you working against the Janjaweed, you are busy working against your own people. Looking at your own people who doesn't obey you and who doesn't speak on the same language you are speaking. There are so many roads that lead to a direction. It is not compulsory that people must pass one road to somewhere. Road leads, there might be so many roads. There are not even there are roads that lead to a particular place. Going to Lagos, if you are going to Lagos from southeast, it is only one road you follow. There are so many roads that lead to Lagos from southeast. And the meeting point is what? Lagos. Every meeting point we have is freedom. When you see your brother who is pursuing that freedom in another direction, allow him or her to continue. If you cannot be able to deal with the idea, allow him. Follow your own step. Mazen Nandekanu say, if you know what you will do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. If it is prophesying, go and prophesy. If it is prayer, go and pray. If it is fight, go and fight. Anything you know that will bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. Focus your blackmail on the Janjaweed, not on your brother. How could you come on a platform, you make a program from A to Z, you make a program against your sister, against your brother, a whole program. And you never speak about the Janjaweed. You never speak about the plight of the Biafran people. How long shall we continue on this path? How long? Why are we busy on talking about irrelevant things? People are full of complaint. Full of complaint. There is division of labor in the struggle. There is division of labor. There are people who are blessed with the gift of praying. It is not everybody that will carry gun when even at war. At war, it is not everybody that goes to the war front. There are some people who will be busy praying. I could remember in one of the broadcasts of Mazin Nanekano said it by himself that there are people who are praying for the struggle of Biafra day and night. Mazin Nanekano said it on his broadcast. There are people whom their duty is to continue to pray and intercede for Biafra. So, if that is your call, continue on that. Don't be discouraged. No matter what anybody's saying, no matter what anybody doing, continue that. If your own responsibility is broadcast, continue to broadcast, no matter the attack. Continue. If your own call is to bring ideas on how the struggle will succeed, continue on your own path. Don't be distracted. No matter what anybody is saying, don't pay attention. Keep on doing that, which Kokukabema have told you is your own talent. Use it to actualize Biafra. If your talent is broadcasting, broadcast. If your talent is prayer, prayer. If your talent is to be a combatant soldier, fight for Biafra. If your talent is sitting at home, sit at home. Any place your talent can be able to work for the actualization of Biafra, go ahead. If your own talent is prophesying, telling us what will happen when it doesn't happen, go ahead and prophesy. Make sure you hear from Chukwu. Tell us exactly what you have had. Even if people don't take it, don't force it on them. As time comes, you have said what Chukwu Okikabema said. It is left for Chukwu Okikabema to water the plant. When Chukwu Okikabema has given you a plant to plant, it is his own responsibility to water it and make that word sink into people's mind. It is not even your job. If Chukwu Okikabema gave you a word to tell Biafra, just speak what Chukwu Okikabema has told you and leave the word. Leave the rest for him. He knows how to make people understand. He knows how to make people follow. The Biafran struggle, as we all say all the time, is a spirit. At the same time, you will say it's a spirit, and you disobey the spirit, and you don't want to hear anything that has to do with spirit. But when people are going on spiritual direction, you say you don't want to hear. You don't care. And then tomorrow you come and tell me that Biafra is a spirit. A lot of confusion. Let us be focused. We have to focus on the enemy. They are killing our people. They are killing. Even as while you are busy talking about relevant things, these people are destroying Biafra land. They are taking lives. We are losing more lives every single day. Biafrans are losing lives. As you're watching this video, many Biafrans are losing their life. If you don't know, I'm going to play for you another video of something that happened recently. Something that happened recently in Biafra land, the way they are destroying properties, homes, and life of Biafran people. When we talk about it, some of us think it's a joke. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. I want to play another video for you to show you what is happening in Biafra. Watch.
The Nigerian military sent by Hope of the Ma. The army Hope of the Ma sent. They have a shop. They had you more. Go was a shop. Nelly Ham and Hope was at the Mosendre. Many shop not with them. Nelly Ham and I chop up with them. I'm Hope was at the Mosendre. They have a chop up with them. It is well. God is faithful. I'm here with a more. Nigeria, I'm here with a more. So, GP tank. The economic situation of Nigeria, ni here Madonna. Ni here secretly the Madonna. Let me hear me hope that the most send. Many GP tank him. Many buy him. I shop him there. Then they Jumma. So charge GP like him. Bundesbandara, Namia Bundesbandara, Namia Hopus of the Massandre, the Bundesbandara, the end of the more. We don't want to charge GP like him. We don't want to GP like him. Mugofu, Mugaga, and Rofia. You don't want to Mugagala fu here na. Nda wura mo. Nda wura mo sukasa na baba. Nda wura mo sukasa GP dank. Nda la kwa na anya. Roya go mira hero. Go mira hero. Iya bu mo gaji was kwasi here.
Omegide.
Mo gaji squasi here ile. Mo gaji squasi here. Mo gaji squasi here. Mo kan da bi ji was kwasi here. Iya abregbe. Iya abregbe iya bu mo. Iya abregbe. Mo gaji ro squasi chan.
Did you see the wickedness of this Janjaweed? You see the kind of wickedness we are seeing. This is a business of somebody. Business worth of millions. Business that worth millions. That man that is crying there is not a terrorist. He is not a kidnapper. He is not selling AK-47. He is not doing anything wrong. Only the crime he has committed is that he's a Biafran. If that man have committed any crime, he won't be alive to be videoing that very place. He won't be coming back to be videoing that place. An innocent man, they went to his shop, destroyed the shop. They literally used knife and cut open all the GP tank there. Some business of somebody destroyed in broad daylight. This is what our brothers and sisters in Biafra land are facing. This is the kind of thing our brothers and sisters in Biafra land are facing. And you say it's okay. You think it's okay. You think it's okay. An innocent man, he has done nothing, doing his legitimate business. A man do his legitimate business, they went there and destroyed the business. Take knife, they might tell you, if it is a gun, they will say maybe they shot it accidentally. They took knife, they went to the GP tank, one after the other, and make sure they destroy it and burn the place down. This is the kind of wickedness these people are perpetrating against Biafran people. And these are just the videos we're able to get. There are some other gruesome videos that we cannot be able to lay our hand on. Some other gruesome videos you will see, you cannot be able to lay your hand on. And this is why we are saying from 15 onwards, if you see any military in anywhere, if you see any military in any street, in any of our streets in Biafra, in our villages, if you see them and you remain silent, that means you don't know what you're doing. We will no longer tolerate this evil. Biafrans have to rise up and defend ourselves before they destroy us. And that is why our brother Simon Ekpa have made the broadcast he made with the order of the Biafran people, with the support of the Biafran people. We support what Simon Ekpa has said 100%. That is where we stand. Watch and hear again. This is where we stand.
I'm
Nobody
going
can stop
to
it.
call on the politicians in Biafra land to pull out every military in Biafra land. We do not want to see military anymore gallivanting and killing people in our villages, in our communities. We will bring this particular war not to the military, but to those who are responsible in bringing those military to them, to our place. So we are today giving notice to the politicians who have now militarized our territory. They have turned democratic process and democratic government into a military dictatorship. They have turned Biafra into a war zone. So we are giving them between now and the 15th of March to pull out military from Biafra land. We are not saying you should leave your barracks. We are not saying, but you must be out of our villages. We do not want to see military operation anywhere in Biafra land, starting from the 15th of March 2022. Starting from the 15th of March 2022, if we see any military going around and burning any houses, we will bring war to those who bring them. Not only the military.
27th February 2022. These people, they don't have any other option than to surrender. We know that is the Fulani herdsmen that are supposed to carry cow, they waka. Now they don't drop the cow, carry gun. But na kick bazaar. How maka, how Zoological Republic of Nigeria. That they happen for Russia and Ukraine. So Hachevia Makana La Biafra. Oh, and boys, a question go other Biafra or there too.
From the 15th of this month, if you continue to come and kill our children, kill our women, kill our men and our elderly people, render them homeless, and create IDP camp where there are not supposed to be IDP camp in the 21st century.
This is exactly what we are. Every Biafran have to embrace themselves. You have to embrace yourself. You have to brace yourself for what is coming. Prepare yourself for what is coming. It is no longer a joke. We cannot continue to tolerate what is going on. If we keep silent, we might not see people who are going to celebrate in Biafra land. It is human being that will walk into Biafra, not spirit. So we must fight that battle now. The Biafran people have no representation in the caliphate. We know we don't have any representation in that contraption called Nigeria. Biafrans are not represented anywhere. If you see all the lawmakers, all those lawmakers, every single politician, I don't exempt anyone, all of them are the same. And they are working for the caliphate. No single politician is speaking up for Biafran people. We don't have any single representation. They not have their representation. That is why a northern politician will tell you that he's Arewa. The Oduduwa people have some amount of representation. That is why they sing Oduduwa national anthem in National Assembly and they tell you they're Oduduwa. But in Biafra land, we don't have any single representation. These are people who are supposed to represent Biafra. It doesn't matter what you believe. We want self-determination. They are supposed to be fighting for self-determination. Every well-meaning politician, every politician that is responsible, who claim that he's appointed to represent us, of course we didn't appoint them. We never voted for any one of them. They were appointed by the caliphate. That is why they are bent on working for the caliphate. More reason why we should not give anything. Both local government chairman, both state governor, every one of them, they are working for the caliphate. That is how strong their claws are against us. A place where no single representation. Why won't you represent your people? Why won't you represent them? For what reason? Why will you be denying your own people? Even at the critical point in time, now that they are burning homes, killing Biafran people. You have seen the videos I played. Properties of Biafrans destroyed. Innocent man who has not done anything. He did not kidnap anybody. They didn't see him with AK-47. He didn't go to arrest anybody. He wasn't fighting on the field. He wasn't protesting. They went and destroyed his shop, destroy all the things he's selling and burn it. The same way they are burning homes. And nobody, no single politician is speaking about it. When you ask them to speak, they are so scared and so afraid and so concerned about their selfish interests and their wickedness, eating their fat on the blood of the innocent. Every single politician in Biafra land, they are eating their fat on the blood of the innocent. Amount of people they kill is the amount of money they get. And they are not looking back. They will never support any one of us. They can't defend you and I. They can't speak for you. They can't speak for me. It is high time we defend ourselves. And when we demand for these people to act and defend us, it will seem as if we are asking for something that is impossible.
Their duty is to stand for the Biafran people. If you're a politician in Biafran land, your duty is supposed to be to speak up for your people, stand up for your people, and look at your people. Take care of them. That is your responsibility. We are not demanding for too much. But what do we see? What we see is them bringing the military to come and kill us. To come and bring military to kill us. Instead of doing what they're supposed to do. I'm going to play for you a video of a politician in Ambazonia. Ambazonian politician representing his people in the house of their Senate, speaking and starting ground, asking them to shoot him if they want to kill him. I want to play that video. Watch that video carefully, watch it closely, and see what a true representative of the people is. I want you to watch the video. When you watch the video, you see what a true representative of his people is supposed to be. How somebody, a politician, is supposed to represent his own people. When you say you are representing your people, when you see your people voted you in, this is the way you are supposed to represent your people. I'll play the video. Watch the video from beginning to end to show you how a politician is supposed to represent their people. Watch.
Listen to me. There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please, with all due respect, I have been chased through the bushes for the past 3 months. I cannot come here and you tell me that I should be discussing the Economic and Social Council, our children out of school, our lawyers in jail, and all that is happening in West Cameroon. It means nothing to you. And there are more and more of us out there who now believe that it is the ultimate end.
The video from the beginning.
I listened the other night, an offer of 1,000 jobs, an offer of 2 billion francs for lay schools, and I laughed at myself. Are my people slaves? So you now take them to be your dogs, that you can beat and wound and maim, break their bones, then throw a piece of meat for them to fight over. It has to end. If we, the people of West Cameroon, have to continue doing what we are doing, it is because we believe that the more is always the merrier. When you have more people, you have more chances of surviving in life. If the more people who are the people of East Cameroon have proven to us that our blood means nothing, then it is time for us to say it will soon be over. I want to give you a quote here in this house that I borrowed from the American liberators. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. I called it oppression because of what I've seen in the field. Let me quote you another 2 instances. 3 weeks ago, there was an incident in Bangolan, which is a neighboring village to Jakiri, where I come from. And I don't know what it was about, and a Yandam officer was killed. And the forces of law and order, under the instructions of the SDO of Ngokitunya, move into Jakiri, a neighboring village, and take away 100 men. Just beat them up, break their bones, and then just leave them there. And I went to that place where he took these people, and I told him, Mr. SDO, you are going to release my people. He sent soldiers to me, and one of them told me, I said, I am the representative of these people because I'm a parliamentarian. And the guy, young man, turned around and asked me, "Et puis quoi? On n'est pas ici à Yaoundé." And he drew a line on the ground to tell me, if you cross here, you will see the consequences. Unfortunately for him, I happen to be a descendant of the warriors, so nobody draws a line before me. And I crossed, and I told him, shoot me. I told the SDO, release my people. In 12 hours, he released them. But some are still lying in the hospital. They beat and kicked a woman, and she miscarried, a pregnant woman. And nobody can question this. That is the reason in this master plan to finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat this quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. We, the people of West Cameroon, will resist you, and if you want to take that territory by force, you will kill to the last man before you take it. And you can start from me today. You can start from me. It has to end. Somebody has to know that this is not how you treat a people. 50 years is too long. 50 years is a very, very long time. And we come here and sit just talking about the budget. You normalize murder. You normalize rape. Mr. Speaker, I am sorry to tell you that this is part of the resistance. You will hear me to the end. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. It is my duty to defend my people. You will not stop me because of lack of time. Or if you want to, you can call your brutal gendarmes to come and kill me here. I will not. I will not. I want you to hear this, Mr. Speaker, that my people are suffering, and that the cube of sugar that was defined in this house, are you just angry, Mr. Speaker, that the person you consider your slave, a slave has risen in the master's house and is asking a question? I have. Mr. Speaker, I'm telling you, this is part of my resistance, and you will hear me to the end. Bring the brutal soldiers who raped our daughters to take me out of here. I will say it to my end. I will say it to the end. There is nothing you can do to me. I'm wondering whether His Excellency the President of the Republic knows that the governors and the DOs are behaving exactly when they are posted to West Cameroon as colonial masters. When they abuse people and insult them and do all they have done, we have to resist, and we have to tell you our people will not be brought down because we came into this union as equal partners. Yes, sir. And I am done. And I am done. And we will resist. And there is nothing you can do to stop us, because this is part of our culture that we inherited. You people who fear every administrator and every ruler, we challenge our rulers, we take them to task, and that is why they are accountable. Thank you very much.
Did you hear a senator speak? The person that is speaking is a senator representing Ambazonia people. He is in the Senate of Cameroon, Cameroon Senate. He is there defending his own people, telling them to come and shoot him and kill him before they will kill his people. That is how a representative is supposed to look like. So when you will tell you that Biafrans don't have any representation in the Janjaweed government, this is what we mean. This person you saw speaking is a representative of Ambazonia people. He is standing in their own Senate, in their own parliament. He is there defending his people in their parliament, setting the record straight, telling them they are evil to their face, telling them if they, before they will take their land, they will take every single person. They should be ready to kill everybody. That is the language that the dictators understand. That is a good representative. If we can have one person like this in Biafra land, if we can have only one person, if we can have only one Biafrans, only one Biafran that can speak in this manner, we will not be suffering the way we are suffering. We will not be suffering the way we are suffering. Look at a parliamentarian speaking to defend his own people, speaking fearlessly to defend his own people. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, you see cowards everywhere. Bunch of cowards. Betrayals. That is what you see. Just wave 2 naira before their face. Wave a small naira before their eyes. They are gone. Chicken change. Wave a small change before their eyes. They are gone. They begin to speak in a different language. Look at somebody, a parliamentarian, standing his ground, putting his life on the line to defend his own people. But people you see who claim to be a representative in Biafra land, bunch of cowards who want to sacrifice us for their own selfish interests. They want to sacrifice us for their own selfish interests. None of them have anything to offer to you and I. They want to sacrifice us for their own selfish interests. Nothing to offer. They have nothing whatsoever to offer to you and I. And some people think it's okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. And we cannot continue on that path. We cannot continue on that path. We must defend ourselves, and the time is now. We are in a time when we have to defend ourselves by all means possible. We have to defend ourselves. Defend ourselves from the enemies. Defend ourselves from our attackers. Any place they are coming from, we must defend ourselves. And the time is now. We have to stop them. We have complained enough. We have cried enough. But it has become very clear that nobody is going to come to rescue us. Nobody is going to come to our rescue. It is you and I. We will rescue ourselves from this very evil. We will rescue ourselves from this very evil, from this very calamity. If you're waiting for anybody to rescue you, you're wasting your garden time. That is why we have to wake up, rise up, and continue to prepare to intensify on the civil disobedience. Take it to the highest level. Take it to a different level. Rise up and take the civil disobedience to a different level, to a level unimaginable. That is the right thing to do. We cannot continue to cry. We cannot continue to allow our people. You have seen the video I have played. The way the life of our people is meant nothing for them. The way they are destroying the life of the innocent people. Not because they committed any crime. Not because they did anything wrong. Simply because they are Biafrans. That's the only crime they committed. Their properties destroyed. Businesses destroyed. Homes destroyed. Lives destroyed. Nobody is reporting about it. Their media kept a blind eye towards it. They never say anything about it. The media cannot report what you are seeing on social media. The very video I play for you, you cannot see it anywhere on their media. International media cannot talk about it. Today, everybody is focusing on Ukraine. Everybody is focusing, including that Janjaweed country. You see people there talking about Ukraine. Meanwhile, there is a Ukraine very close to them there. The Ukraine that is very close to them there, where more people are being killed. They are not talking about it. They are busy talking about Ukraine in another continent. They are busy talking about Ukraine in another continent. Those of them who are busy talking about Putin did this and Putin did that, they are acting and doing more than Putin. We have to stand up, Biafrans. It is time for us to defend ourselves. Nobody is going to defend you and I. It is very clear that the British do not want us to survive. They are trying by all means possible to keep us down. The British is doing everything possible to see that we stay down, that we don't survive. But are we going to allow them to continue to enslave us? We will not allow them. Our freedom is in our hand. The freedom of Biafran people is in the hand of the Biafran people. We have to free ourselves from captivity. Only we and we alone can set ourselves free. Let us set ourselves free from the hand of the enemy. Set ourselves free from the clutches of the enemies. We have to set ourselves free. Nobody will do it for us. Only you and I can set us free. That is why we have to continue to embark on the massive civil disobedience. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. We have captured on Monday already and they are crying. We want to add Sunday to eat. Add Sunday to eat. By the time we add Sunday to eat, it will now intensify. Then people begin to understand. The economic sanction, we have to begin to enforce it. Every single Biafran, stop paying your revenue to them. To local government, to state government or federal government. Don't give your revenue to them. And if you're a revenue collector, go and look for another job. If you're a revenue collector in Biafra, resign, go and look for another job. It is time for you to look for another job. If you don't want to look for another job, wait for it. It is coming. Wait for it. The warning has been given. We know that we are dealing with stubborn idiots that can never listen. The Janjaweed will never listen to the voice of reason. We have told them, vacate Biafran villages, vacate Biafran cities, Biafran cities. Go back to your barracks. Go back to your barracks. If you refuse, wait for it. As from 15th onwards. From 15th onwards, you go to face the wrath of the people. You will face the wrath of the people. Not only the military themselves, every single politician in Biafra land, their hand is in the evil that is happening in Biafra land. Every single politician in Biafra land, all their hand is in the killing of the innocent Biafran, destroying of homes. Their hand is there because none of them is speaking about it. If they are not involved in it, they will be talking about it just the way this man who spoke now is doing. They'll be doing the same thing. But because it is serving their own point, because they are part of it, because they are playing the role of the January, the caliphate, to make sure that they keep the caliphate afloat, that is why they will not speak about it. So we are going to come against them and they will pay dearly. Any politician, if you have a politician as a friend, a brother, a sister, uncle, auntie, relative, friend, call them and tell them to stay away from Biafra land. They should follow their caliphate and go to Abuja and live. Time have come when they have to vacate Biafra land. And we Biafran people have spoken. We will enforce it by all means possible. Our freedom is not negotiable. Biafrans want to be free. Let us stop being distracted, Biafrans. The only way that these people can penetrate us and divide us is by dividing us. The only way, the only reason why the Janjaweed have power, it seems like they have power, they are oppressing us and making us not to be relevant, is because we are giving them that chance, because we are divided. And our Shula Mazen Nanekano said that. He said it. And Mazen Nanekano told us what to do and how we're going to stand together. Some of you are forgetting. Mazen Nanekano reminded us of a particular assignment that we have. The assignment that you and I have is to defend Biafra land and make sure that no inch of Biafra land is lost to the enemy. That is our responsibility. A responsibility of every single Biafran, even a child, to protect Biafra land. Mazen Nanekano said it. And if you have forgotten, I want to play the voice of Mazen Nanekano for you to remember what Mazen Nanekano told us while he was with us. I told you, if you don't know Mazen Nanekano, if you are just following him now that you have been kidnapped, go and begin to listen to the messages of Mazen Nanekano. Even if you have been listening in the past, go and begin to revisit the broadcasts of Mazen Nanekano, revisit them so that your brain can come back. When you go and revisit the messages of Mazen Nanekano, you will no longer begin to ask where to go or where to follow. You will now know where to follow and what to do. I want you to watch this video. What Mazen Nanekano said we should do and the way forward. Watch.
Fulani Janjaweed can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
You have heard from Mazen Nanekano. I have nothing more to tell you. I have nothing more to tell you. The advice has been given. What we should do, protect Biafra land by all means possible. And that is why we are getting ready to protect our land. Starting from 15 onwards, prepare yourself wherever you are. It is our collective responsibility to protect our land. It is our collective responsibility to make sure that our land is not being taken out. Mazen Nanekano have done his bid. He has told us what to do. He has made all the foundation. He has also established the ESN to protect us and support us when he's not there. Today, let us give our support to ESN. Donate your money to Umueri account to support ESN. An NGO account. It is not a company. Biafra is not a company. Neither is IPOB a company. It's an NGO. NGO account without any interest. Umueri account. Donate your money to Umueri account to support the ESN. Every money you donate to Umueri account is directly donated to the ESN, and you are promoting the struggle. And you are making sure that our land is being defended. You are keeping the work of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, keeping the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu alive. That is what we are doing by supporting ESN through Umweri account. Let us continue to support. Biafra is here. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody. Do not be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. Our common interest is freedom. Anybody that is not against us is for us. If you are not against Biafra, you are with Biafrans. If you are not against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you are for Biafra. If you are not against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you are for Biafra. So why are you fighting for somebody, fighting against somebody who said that he or she is not against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Why are you fighting against somebody who he or she said that they are going to fight for Biafra? Let us be focused. Our target is freedom. Every other thing, every other argument and quarreling that you are seeing, as soon as we can be able to bring out Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, everything will be settled. Channel your energy towards the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the coming of Biafra. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect you. Every hand that has shared this video, any place you're watching from, any hand that has shared this video, Chukwu Okike will guide and protect you and secure you. You will walk into Biafra celebrating Biafra land. If you're from Ududua, Chukwu Okike will continue to protect you. May Chukwu Okike will thank you and glorify your name. We glorify Chukwu Okike for setting our brother Sunday Igboho free. Today, Sunday Igboho is a free man. In the same manner, very soon, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us and he will celebrate. Very, very soon. No man born of a woman can stop that. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. And remember, see you tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Bye.